Let's kick it. Yeah. Hey, Mona Lisa, how you doing? Hey, Faye, how's it going? You hear me okay? You guys ready to kick it? Got warmed up here a little bit, like 60. Gonna rain all day tomorrow though, but a warm rain. So that's good. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Hang on, I'll put a thing up here. We'll just be kicking it. I just erased something that I had pinned on my startup menu. I can't find it. We'll find it. Hey, ICU, how you doing? Oh, you changed your name on. Oh, okay, that's all right. Wonder what happened to you. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Yeah, my day went pretty well. Pretty well. Nice day. I went and had a nice dinner. That sounds good, Sharon. Sharon, are you coming up as a moderator on the YouTube side? Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Hey, Chris, how's it going?
You have your jail outfit on tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You're all in
Halloween.
Oh, okay. I said jail because of the orange.
Heck yeah. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's new? Anything?
Yeah, I bought a PlayStation 5.
Oh, where'd you get that?
Store?
Brand new?
Used. $4.50.
They're that much, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh, thanks, I see you.
How was your day? How are things with you? What have you been up to?
I went to eat, went to the bookstore, looked around.
Yeah.
Set up my cameras, that kind of thing.
They got many bookstores out there by you? Barnes and Noble?
No, none. I got to drive 50 miles each way.
Oh, wow.
Two different ways.
Huh. So did you get all your stuff now? All your stuff is back home now from Michigan now? It's all there?
No, I'm leaving next week.
Oh, okay.
Got to go to Chicago first. Hey, Mark.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Hey,
How's your music
good.
thing been going? Looks like it's getting better. Hey, Jabo.
Yeah.
Little by little, sand the edges off, do a little bit here, tweak it there, and tomorrow I'm in the studio with the band in Guelph.
Oh, okay.
So I should get some clips from there of stuff we're working on. That's the band that we're going to be doing some festivals next summer.
I'm still waiting for you to pump out some Metallica.
Yeah. You'll be waiting a long time, pal.
What's going on with the orange?
I just happen to have this orange shirt like on the top of the stack.
I like it that it matches, but it's like
he's wearing his
Tom wants to get seen today, okay? He was out.
You look like you work at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Or you look like you just got out of jail.
Yeah.
Don't go into Home Depot like that. People are going to start asking you, hey, man, where can I get my plumbing stuff?
Yeah, you're probably right. You
Oh,
got
yeah,
those
Tom's
over
in
there
jail.
too, huh?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
You have
We got
Lowe's
everything.
too? Lowe's?
Oh, yeah. Lowe's, Home Depot, Staples, all the big box stores you guys have, we primarily have here.
Oh, okay.
It's all big business.
Do you have Menards out there by you?
Hey, what?
I don't think he has Menards.
No, do you, Tom?
No. Nope.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't have it. Yeah, they're not. I think they're mostly like Michigan, Ohio, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What does Menards sell?
That's the same kind of thing, you know.
Home Depot. We had one for about 30 years, over 30 years in Milwaukee. So now they've moved some out here. We got one out in Missouri now. Finally.
Oh, okay.
I think they originated somewhere in Wisconsin where we were from. We had quite a few of them back in those days.
Oh, okay.
Debbie took a little bit of that. Tell them what that stuff you took that John brought over.
Those little marijuana gummies really pack a punch.
Yeah, you got to watch. You don't take too much if you're not used to it.
Cut out all your symptoms, though. I was able to sleep that night. So I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
hey.
I figured that helped.
To take one, cut it into 4 pieces, and that still work, you know?
Yeah, are they 10 or 20 milligram? Do you know?
Yeah.
I think it was
You know
10.
which ones you have?
I think it was 10.
I think it was 10. That
Yeah.
really knocked me out.
Yeah,
for
that'd
a
be
while.
about right.
I was totally
Yeah,
buzzed
that'd be
for
about.
5 hours that day on that little one. So,
Have you ever tried them, Mark?
Gummies? No,
Yeah,
Oh, no. Oh,
just
Yeah.
cookies. I tried my own homemade cookies before. I find they make me really sluggish. I find, but I sleep like a baby.
yeah, I did too. I had no
Oh,
problem.
good for you.
with anything. No pain, no itching, no
You
nothing.
sleep like a baby, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
for you.
that's pretty much you get if you can't really. It's hard to calibrate how much to eat. And the last time I ate a cookie and nothing happened, so I ate another cookie, and then stuff started to happen after that. And then I was useless. I couldn't do anything, so I just went to sleep
Oh, okay.
and slept and slept and slept. Well,
I got a new toy today.
oh, what did you get?
A PlayStation 5.
Oh my God.
Good for you.
What is that? It just video games?
She can explain it to you better. Yeah, it's a video game console. I guess.
He uses it for movies. He streams on it.
It's a video game console, yes.
Oh, okay.
Was,
Why don't
is
you
it
just
your
watch them
early?
on your computer on your TV?
You just connect with an HDMI cord. That's all you do.
Oh, I never messed with one.
They're
You ever
like
do it?
I
five-
haven't played. I used to play video games years ago.
Yeah, me too. Pac-Man.
Yeah, when it first came out, and the
Asteroids.
Mario Brothers. When it first came out, all those. I had that
Look at
Pong
Mario.
when
Look
it
at all that
first
look.
came out.
That's what it looks like, Tom.
Oh, okay.
And it's you can stand it up too, either way.
Great.
Oh, good.
That's
things are
pretty
like
small.
These things are like $500 brand new.
How much you get it
What
for?
did you-
$429 used.
I would have thought it'd been cheaper than that.
Yeah, but it was used, so
Yeah, but still, you think it'd be more off. Michelle, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. No, good day today. I mean, the start of December, it's always like cold up here and whatnot. So
Michelle, you got a PS5?
no, I don't. My son, he had all the video game consoles that you could think of. The one that I liked the most was like the Wii. Remember the Wii that they came
Yeah.
up with? That
Wii
was
one, yeah.
cool. You
Yeah.
could do cool things with that. I like that gaming console. But my son's into like video games.
Nintendo Switch is another one that's really popular too. Is the Switch Nintendo, very popular.
Oh yeah, he loved his. Yep, he had one of those. Yep.
Oh, that's
On
cool.
Good Morning America, this family that lives in Arkansas, this mother now has a son, and now she's trying to sue the video game company because she's saying that her son got video game disorder now, meaning that he refuses to go to school, he refuses to do anything but sit in the room and play video games day in and day out. I mean, come on, a video game disorder? Seriously? What is that?
Yeah.
Do you believe that can happen to young kids today from playing too many video games? And now they want to sue. Now they want to sue the company and try to make it, tell them, hey, this is, what I mean.
I don't think that's a precedent that anybody's going to want to set.
Right, you got that right.
It's just all about money. It's just like Daryl Hall and John Oates. Now they're in the swing. Now you hear about them? Daryl Hall filed a restraining order against John Oates.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, the funny thing is that those guys.
I don't think it's a restraining order. I think it's a motion to keep them from selling it until they look at stuff closer.
Well, you know, but
I mean, that's kind of interesting, though. I've never seen that
they've known,
come up
they've
before.
known each other since they were 16 years old. Come on, I mean, get over it. I mean, really?
Yeah, but one wants to sell, one doesn't.
Well, I
It's a
understand.
business thing, Chris.
Well, and plus, you know, John Oates, I guess he sang in the Man-Eater, but he did it more like a reggae version of it. And I guess Daryl Hall had found out that he did that, and Daryl Hall got mad. Because like he's singing his songs without his permission. He wants the rights. The money.
He doesn't need his permission.
Oh, he doesn't? Oh.
He wants to sell the rights to that outfit. A lot of guys have done it. Bob Dylan just did. A bunch of people. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Blah blah.
Look
blah.
at what happened. Look what happened with Taylor Swift. She's redoing all of her albums again. She's redoing them all. She's
But I
re-singing them all.
don't think that's got anything to do with this.
No. But but that's happened with Taylor Swift.
But I think that's a copyright thing connected with digitally remastering albums. Yeah, the Hall and Oates thing, kind of ashamed to see it come to that at the end. But I get if I was just guessing, I think Oates needs the money and Hall doesn't.
Right, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I wonder where Daryl Hall would be getting his money that John Oates wouldn't be getting it, though.
What's
I
that?
know I wonder where Daryl Hall would be getting money that John Oates wouldn't be getting, though. I mean,
and he said he doesn't consider him as a brother. He only considers him as a working partnership, and that's it.
But that was the same as Simon and Garfunkel, same thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
I mean, Simon and Garfunkel was nothing without art. Without
God,
Paul
no,
Simon.
not at all.
that's right. And Paul Simon went on to do a lot of great stuff. John Garfunkel, not so much.
No, he went on to sing other people's songs. I'm not knocking the guy.
No,
but I
he had a
think Hall
great
and Oates too. If I was to guess, I would think that Hall was probably the front guy.
He sang all the songs. Hall did.
Yeah.
So
that's why some of these musicians you got to give credit for not screwing their bandmates, like Phil Collins and Genesis. Stuck with them right to the end.
Phil Collins was in a wheelchair up on stage. The poor guy can't even sing anymore. He can't even stand.
Big drinking problem over the years.
He has he's had a lot of health issues.
Yeah, he won't be playing. He won't be touring anymore. Last tour in a wheelchair? I don't think so.
Rolling Stones just came out with a new album like a month or two ago. A brand new Rolling Stones album.
Oh God! Hi everybody.
Hey.
Hi everybody.
Hi Stephanie.
Hey.
Hi Stephanie.
Tom,
The
we're here.
Stones,
We're throwing
oh,
a
excuse me.
We're throwing Tom a getting out of jail party
Doing
tonight.
good job, boy.
Yeah, it's a file and cake party.
No, he looks like he's going hunting. He's gonna hunt some deer.
Yeah,
they're all over around here, by the way.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here, all over.
But hey, Mark, do you have any issues with what John Oates is trying to do?
Well, you know what? I can't blame him if he needs the money, but it's his right to sell. I mean, it's if they can't work it out between the two of them, then I don't know what to say. I mean, I haven't been there with them, but if you think they would try and work something out, that they would try and get.
Well, you know what I'll bet you the issue is, though? I read an article the other day.
I think it's all about money. I think it's just all about money. It's so many of these cases you hear. It's all about money.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. And this is the
that's
place
the
where
world
you.
is. That's the way the world is.
Lawsuits are legitimate venues to work out problems. This isn't a fucking slip and fall.
The world
he wants his cash out of the book of songs, and that's his right. I think what the problem is I'll bet you, there was an article here about a week ago or so that it wasn't all that long ago that they were broke because of a crooked management company.
Wow.
And I'll bet you money Daryl Hall can't afford his half. But you'd
You
wonder how
can't?
that would work with it's all the original agreement. Note to self, when you have a singing partner, get a good Jew lawyer.
Yeah, always a Jew, right, Tom?
Absolutely right. You noticed the guy from Steely Dan, he's doing whatever the fuck he wants. The non-Jew died. Better believe it. He had Uncle Hersham go through that fucking thing with a pine-tooth comb. Same with Paul Simon. You see there any lawsuit there? Fuck no. He had 2 Jewish Harvard lawyers iron this shit out from day one.
Everything is about money. The world.
Yeah, but so what? It's his money.
Right. No, but
It's his money.
The world revolves around money. We have to have money to live. We have to have money to survive. The world revolves around money.
Yeah, no shit.
So
I mean, if he wants his money now, that's up to him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they're old now. I mean, he's no spring chicken anymore.
Like almost 80 years old.
and it's a substantial amount of money. It's
Take
a
the
lot
money
of money.
while you're alive. I mean, get it while you're still alive. Shit.
Mick Jagger just said about a month ago that he's not willing his money to his kids. It'll ruin them.
Well,
Rod Stewart's like that too.
Alice Cooper
really?
said he's gonna.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper said he's gonna tour until he dies. He's not gonna stop it. He's not
Hopefully it won't be too long.
Honestly, I don't see what the
I know.
problem is willing money to your children. I mean, if anyone's going to get money that you have,
It
why
ruins them.
yeah, but see,
I don't know.
they could be
family to family thing. Some families it doesn't. Some families the kids are good.
But there are plenty of them it does.
Yeah, that are ruined already by the money.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say they're probably ruined already. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not going to help. I mean, look at Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Brown's crazy kid.
Oh, yeah, sad.
Really
I
sad.
know. Yeah.
But I don't. They're going to try and make it look like these guys are a couple hillbillies slugging it out over a tub of moonshine. That's not what it is. I think it's a typical basis for a lawsuit. He wants his money.
Right.
Paul doesn't have the money to write him a check. And that's interesting, depending on how the agreement was written up. That if this sticks, and depending on the agreement, there's a chance that nothing can be done to that catalog until both of them are dead.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Because what good's buying? If they're on all the songs together, I don't know if they are or not. I mean, I'm sure how do you buy just John Oates half unless it's just regarding royalties?
You can work it out, I think, somehow. Some good lawyers working out his share of the royalties. I mean, I think that
that's not where the real money's at.
There must be a reason that Daryl Hall doesn't want to sell right now. Maybe he feels that he can get more for it.
Well, Michael Jackson regretted selling his song rights to Paul McCartney.
That's right.
But you need the money. I mean, these things happen.
Right. Exactly.
People don't want to get bank loans when they get new cars. Tough shit.
Oh, I know, and especially when you're 60s, 70s years old, you probably want to live your best life. You're going to be dead soon. Jesus.
If I was just guessing, I'd say Oates needs money, Hall doesn't.
Daryl Hall seems to be doing pretty good. If you look at his TV program, he's got that bar with the restaurant and the that seats quite a few people. It looks like a big venue. So
it's not that big. It's not that big.
It's not, eh?
No, you can look it up on YouTube.
Where is it?
On Google. It's
where is it?
New York, I think, or
Woodstock area. Oh, okay.
But I mean, the royalties and all that are great, but the real money is that catalog for the future. If you think about it, though, when you got two singers in their 70s, how much can the damn thing worth? I mean, are people going to be listening to this shit 25 years from now? I understand Christmas songs, but I mean, it's like,
look at
Well,
the
I don't
Beatles.
know. I
Classic
listen to the
artists.
80s all the time, Tom.
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
mean,
stuck in the 80s. So,
you would be
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
listen to my Beatles
possible.
and my Stones and my Zeppelin still.
but you know, the thing
Yeah.
about their book of work is that, you know, it's played everywhere. Muzak, doctors' offices,
Elevators.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's that kind of music. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Good music. I have nothing against any of it. They wrote some real classics over the years.
Yeah. Hey, is this ICU? Is anybody on the YouTube side?
I'm not.
I can go.
Yeah, will you look on there and see if this ICU is a moderator on the YouTube side?
Okay.
Because if she's not, I'm going to can her. It's not her.
It's
Yeah. They only have 6 subscribers.
Yeah, she's gone then.
It's a
She
new
said she
account.
changed your name, but that's not what you do. So,
Oh,
see,
wait. No. It says that they joined in 2013.
Yeah, but I want you
Yeah.
to tell me if you see the wrench next to their name or not.
Are they blue?
Oh, there's no wrench. No.
All right, she's going bye-bye.
Yeah, no wrench there, Tom.
Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.
Nice having
Hire a Jew boy.
Now get a Jew husband. How's that?
Hey, it's a lot. You'll have a future.
Yeah. Oh God.
No, she was a moderator, Mary.
You'll have a
She was a moderator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why would a Jew boy offend her? I can
Tom
see
is
where this
like
was going.
Tom's obsessed with Jewish people. Like
I
he's
am.
obsessed.
Yeah.
I am.
He is. Yeah. Yeah.
certainly.
So. Yeah.
I wish I
There's
was.
quite a culture.
I wish I'd have been born Jewish.
Ah,
Hey, Rita, how you doing?
Well, what were you born as? Like, what
I was born as
religion?
a Catholic, the worst.
Oh no.
Yeah. Baby baptism. Just no idea why I was there, and they did
Oh
it anyway.
really?
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, poor Mark. He left. He canceled his membership too.
Sure did.
Oh yeah.
Sent back my Dakota ring and my my Christian membership card.
Wow. Well, they just went under 1 million in the Detroit area for the first time ever about 3 months ago. The parishioners, you know, in the southeast portion of Detroit. Yeah, if you change your name, the wrench follows. Because it's the same everything. People do it all the time. They change their name and the wrench stays with them.
Yeah, it stays with the account.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the account. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how you can tell the real people.
Yeah. That's one way. I mean, you know, they got some, it's not as bad as it used to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But I could see it was going to get into an argument with an ignorant person that was trying to be knowledgeable about what they think offends Jews, and Jew boy isn't one of them. So hit the
someone
road.
said that. Oh,
Yeah.
they said Jew boy. Oh,
Yeah, and she's just talking on her fucking ass.
Oh.
You know, one of these people. You know, one of these people that's another way of trolling. 3 ways. Just come on and say I'm a big asshole. Come on and say I'm a great guy and you want to help me, or start that kind of shit. And just kind of disrupt the chat with stupid shit that doesn't apply to you. It's going to stick up for Jabo. Get lost. Yeah. But back to Hall and Oates. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I wish them both luck. I'm a little bit like, I'm a little
They're-
bit
Are they the ones that
disappointed.
sing You're Out of Touch?
Yeah, they sang that, Are You Out of Touch?
That's the song. Oh, okay. All right, I know who they are.
I mean, I hate to say it, but, I got an idea without Daryl Hall. He'd probably be making fucking tacos somewhere. What's he
Could
do?
be.
What's he do? Play 3 chords and hum?
He must have contributed to some extent, but I do think Daryl Hall was the major talent there.
Yeah, he did. He did. You got, it's a lot different when you're up there. It's the same reason like talk show hosts have a sidekick. They even do it on Sports Center. It's so much easier when you have someone to run interference when it gets slow, or you know how it is. It's
Well,
a
that's how-
big,
what-
huge
For sure, a
advantage.
comedy
Well,
sidekick.
all the major talk shows, that's what they have. They have 2 people, like Regis and Kelly when they were together, and
Yeah.
they ran a good show.
Yeah, this guy's got to go too, just based on the virtue of his screen name. See you later. Keep looking at gravestones. Like, best of luck to you. Bye-bye. Have a good
What
day.
was the name?
His name is Butthole Sex. What the fuck is it? Some stupid butthole
Oh, man.
or exit only YouTube. Yeah,
Shazid.
Oh my God.
yeah. Bye-bye. See you later. Pay your mom rent. You're 55 now.
Yeah, right.
Living in the basement.
Yep, living in the
Robin
basement.
Sturm. Oh yeah, I thought she was absolutely excellent.
Who?
Robin with Howard Stern. She
Oh
ran
yeah, she was. She was good.
excellent, man. And I always thought that Ed McMahon was good with Johnny Carson. It's a whole nother ball game when you're up there alone. You know what I
Sure.
mean? And even on the Dick Cavett days, he had excellent guests. I mean, there must have been a producer probably, you know what I mean? Probably, just really good at picking who to be on there. If you ever want to watch, I've forwarded it to some of the people already. I know J-Bo's watched it. Watch the 21-minute interview with it Dick Cavett has with Bobby Fischer. It's really, really good. Ralph
Yeah,
Baines
we
is on
spoke
there.
about this before.
Yeah, really good. Interesting.
Well, even
Yeah, Bobby
Barbara
Fischer,
Walters
the
had good interviews.
chess champion.
Good. Yeah, she did great interviews, but most of those were approved and scripted from the beginning.
True. Yeah.
It wasn't getting dead. They both went over what questions were going to be asked. But I thought she was good at what she did.
Yeah.
I thought Tom Snyder was an excellent interviewer.
Oh yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that these new talk shows probably just getting old. I think they're not funny, and I never watch them. And I didn't really like David Letterman that much either.
He was tried to be controversial. He tried
Yeah.
to stick his nose into stuff that wasn't his business. That it brought out a lot of good TV for him, and a lot of good publicity. Bad publicity and slash good publicity. Like when Cher went on his show, she hated him already, and she didn't
Really?
even. Yeah, she hadn't even met the guy, but just from his disposition, I guess, his prior mentions of her, maybe, or some of the stunts that he pulled, she hated him.
Oh, wow.
I think
She
that's
even told him.
I think it's a very touchy subject, some of those talk show, like you're really kind of going into certain controversial things that could rub even your guests the wrong way. Like all of them. Like even like I know when I watched a couple of like Conan O'Brien's, and
Terrible. He sucks.
you
Yeah,
could tell with the guests and stuff, like how the interactions
He's
going.
a Harvard grad,
Really?
Yeah.
Canadian.
He was actually a writer for Saturday Night Live for a while.
Didn't he
see,
write for that cartoon also?
Yeah, he did. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Canadian. Conan.
Yeah, but but most of those groups, I'd love to see the contract those two had. A lot changed since when they started out. I see Oates does, touring around. Almost looks like he's playing in bars.
A lot of them are now. I mean, that's where the money is. These big shows, big productions.
Yeah, a lot of them go to the Indian casinos too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the older groups we've had up at our casino. I can't think of any offhand, but a lot of them tour those too.
Yeah, I never thought I'd miss Larry King, but I do. It was
Oh, Larry King, yeah.
It was a vanilla interview, but boy, he could get the guests.
Yeah, he could.
He wasn't going to embarrass you on there.
Yeah, he was good. I
Larry
liked
King,
him too.
He didn't strike me as being particularly bright.
Who?
Larry King.
I don't know.
You think he was?
I think he was. He was more serious acting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. No, he didn't seem to me like he wasn't stupid or anything.
What do you think of this Pierce?
Can't stand him. He sucks. That's why they fired him on CNN. Larry
Who?
King, Pierce Morgan.
God, that guy
Sucks.
Rather annoying. I found him.
My favorite
he
interviewer.
is annoying.
Dick Cavett. I would say Dick Cavett was my favorite interviewer. He's a bright guy, Yale graduate.
He's
He's come around. Actually, has had major problems in his life with depression.
Really?
Really?
He said he failed to recognize the difficulty that Bobby Fischer was having and wish he could have done something. Now, that's easy to say now. Is anybody, I don't know if anybody knows too much about Bobby Fischer, but, the cause of death was listed as kidney failure. And when he was locked up for having an expired passport in Japan one time, and some media guy said that he said his biggest problem was not being able to get any alcohol while he was incarcerated. Had anybody ever heard anything about Bobby Fischer having an alcohol problem? Because I didn't.
Gosh, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's just Google that.
Well, we'll have to Google it.
I don't think you're going to find anything because I think if he did, it was kept quiet. And maybe he didn't say that. And, of course, kidney problems, that can happen. But
I mean, there's
a lot of people with kidney problems that aren't alcoholics too.
Right.
Right.
And you can you could want alcohol and if he was
that's
up,
it. That's exactly right.
I mean,
you're talking like a Jew lawyer now, babe.
I mean, that's not.
That's my girl. Oh yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's true. Yeah, he's a hero. I love Bobby Fischer, man. Dropped out of high school. I like that.
He
even
died
better.
of kidney failure, right?
Yeah, kidney failure. Yep. Yeah.
Only 64.
Yeah, 64. Over in Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with your kidneys. One time I went on a cruise and literally a lady was there getting dialysis treatments with her nurse. She brought her nurse.
Disease.
She brought a nurse on the cruise with her so that she could still have her kidney dialysis treatments.
I know a lady that went in to have a kidney removed bad kidney removed in Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit.
Uh-huh.
Everything went well except one problem. They took the
both
wrong
kidneys?
kidney.
What?
$2 million settlement.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, you have two, that's not, yeah.
That's not uncommon. I mean, it's way better now than it used to be.
Yeah.
But if you're changing tires and stuff, you're making mistakes, and it's no different when you've done a bunch of them.
Last time I had a knee done, my orthoscopic surgeon came in with a felt pen.
Yeah, felt pen. That's it.
Asked me which knee it was again he was working on that day, and then he wrote right on the knee.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Huh.
But it's hard to believe you wouldn't think that I had an eye surgery in Chicago, when I was living there, and it looked just like, I'm not kidding you, Rush Hospital. It looked just like something you'd see on ER. Like, you know how they're pulling the curtains across, and it's an operating room. There's like 20 people getting operated on for different things at the same time.
That's crazy.
Just busy as hell, in and out. Hear ambulances outside. It's nuts, man.
You don't want to fall asleep taking a nap in the hallway. You don't know who's
Yes,
going to
you
wheel you away
Yeah.
for what.
You know?
Right. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what Michelle's thing. Her internet might be a little shaky. Who's this
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
she's
Corvette
good.
32? Anybody ever heard of him?
No.
No.
You ever heard of
Let
him,
me go
Rita?
check.
Yeah, check him out. Can him if he's only been around a week.
Okay. I don't even see him. Oh, wait.
He's right up from Mona Lisa, Vito. That happens
Okay,
sometimes.
let's see.
Right? I think that's just a slow server. Remember that? That's happened before in the past. People are way behind. Oh, he's been canned
Yeah.
already? Thank you.
Or you don't see you don't see some of the messages. Yeah, I can't.
It's live chat, right? Hit the live chat.
Yeah.
button. And then you see them
Live
all.
chat. Oh. Yeah, live chat.
Somebody canned him anyway.
Oh, I don't see him, Tom. Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
think they
good.
got rid of him on the YouTube side. Oh, Rita did. Okay, good job. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
probably that butthole guy coming back.
Yeah, exactly right. It's a good guess.
Yeah.
Exactly
Yep.
right. Right. Inflove, you want to come up? Hey, Inflove, you put up some great, excellent videos. Those must take some time. Hey, one thing I wonder around about Inflove, and I've noticed this on other videos people have uploaded before. When you're editing them and you're like changing what you said, it's like instantaneous. You notice like a millisecond of like a little like blip in the video you've uploaded. You can tell you've edited or added or whatever. What program do you use? Because I don't think any editing program I've ever used is that quick. Mine's an obvious edit, where yours is like just a split second, you know? Oh, Simple Life anymore for some reason. But I never saw Simple Life on the StreamYard side. Yeah. She was on here the other night.
She was on Pirate Radio last night.
Oh, okay. If I had to guess, she was on here the other night, but I got if I was just guessing, I could be wrong. I don't think she's particularly fond of talking about G-spots.
Some
Well,
people aren't,
this
Tom.
happens.
I don't know
You're
why.
not going to make everybody like, happy about this. It's just the nature of the beast. Speaking of G-spots, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh,
Savage.
God, no. I'm not interested either.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
Jesus.
Well,
Here we go again.
well,
Just
the other
kidding.
chat,
Yeah.
Stephanie had to tell you about that she didn't want to hear about 9 inches or 8
Yeah.
or 9.
Oh, yeah, I'm so far away from that shit tonight. I went Christmas shopping today with my sister, spent all my money on the kids, but boy, it was fun. I'm exhausted, though.
Oh, you had a good time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, Tom, what I did was, I love watching those Walmart videos on YouTube of the weird things that happen at Walmart. So, of course, I watched some of those, and then my sister and I go to frickin' Walmart, and I'm telling her these stories, and we're laughing through the store and trying to find weird people that we could we could record. But I couldn't find any people. Oh, God. Weird shit happens at Walmarts. Oh, my
yeah.
God.
You can imagine what their corporate offices have known about over the years.
Oh, crazy.
Well,
Crazy.
I guess that
You know who the Whitakers are, Tom?
No.
They're famous now because of YouTube. They're an inbred family.
Oh, out of
Yes.
the Appalachians.
Yeah, Virginia, I think.
Yeah, didn't that soft white underbelly interview them?
Yeah.
I think that's where what kicked it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
He took them to Walmart.
They
Oh,
took them
okay.
to Walmart. They
I
have
saw that video. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
You know, I watched part of that, and to me, it struck me as like this is like not
Yeah.
cool.
You think they was exploiting them?
Exploiting.
I do.
Yeah, you might have a point there.
It wasn't like, you know, let me get you guys some stuff I know you need. It
I
was like
feel-
making them look like they looked as much
I
as
know.
possible.
Exploiting them.
Oh, I have a
I
good
don't know.
topic.
It sure have showed what they were like on any given day. I don't think it was really. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I don't know. You
No,
could
I mean,
take it
I'm
either
not
way.
saying I'm right, but I'm saying, you know, you're watching this and it's like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
So, has anyone noticed that the Bronco came up back? You know,
The
O.J.
what?
Simpson's Bronco? The Bronco, the vehicle, they
The
got rid of
Bronco.
it. It's back. A
Oh,
lot of
Where?
people have them
Ford
around here.
Bronco.
Yeah.
Who's driving it?
A lot of people around here. I've noticed them like everywhere now. I'm like, the Bronco came back. Okay. Like, because they weren't making it for years.
Right.
No, I
My
think
dad had an old Ford
No, I think
Bronco.
they've always made it.
No, they didn't make it for years.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, someone Google it, please.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay, because yeah, my dad had an old Ford Bronco. I remember driving. Those were good cars. We had a lot of fun in that thing.
Everyone's
I
like,
thought they
let's
never
fact
quit
check.
making them. They were just kind of got ugly, and no people didn't seem to be buying them.
Right.
I did not see a Ford Bronco for a long time until
Yeah, but
And
recently.
that's
now
because they
you're
were so
seeing them.
ugly. Okay, they made them from 65 to 96.
Okay.
And then they made them in 2004, and then they made them from 21 till present.
Right. So they stopped making
Oh.
them for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's right, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
And
How do they look?
now I
But
see
it
them
doesn't look
everywhere.
like the one that he had.
Yeah, well, they look a lot different now, but
Yeah.
I see them everywhere now. I'm like, when did the Ford Bronco come back in style?
Yeah.
That's all I think about is OJ. I mean, everyone, you got to think about OJ when you see a Ford Bronco.
Yeah. Oh, they are. They're smaller. Oh, okay. I don't see too many of them around. Jeep put out a Jeep too that's really ugly looking.
I saw it too the other. I know
God, man,
I
it's
know what
just-
you mean.
How does this thing ever get off the engineer's board?
I think what happens sometimes with some models, like if it doesn't do well within the first couple of years, they just scrap it.
Yeah. Whose phone number are you looking for, Mary? Oh, Frederick. You know, I've sent him texts for about 3 weeks with no reply. I can call him right now if you want me to. I'll call
Who's that?
him. Frederick. But yeah,
Frederick's been MIA.
I mean, he's up there. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like 77 or something, I think. I thought I had his number, but
Frederick told me once that he doesn't even buy green bananas anymore.
yeah, right. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I don't know if he seems like I would have heard something. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks though, but I haven't heard from him. I thought I had his number, but I've noticed lately in my like I was going to give Simple Life a call the other day, and I know that damn number I have saved, and it didn't come up. So I don't know what the deal is on that. Here, let me look. I texted him tonight. Let me look on this. I'll call him. I can call him because the text would have been right, but I don't know why it's not coming up in my damn other thing. Yeah, but nobody's saw him anywhere else or anything.
Nope. Haven't seen
Would
Frederick
he
in a
ever come
while.
up on your thing, Mark?
No, I haven't seen Frederick in a month.
Oh, here he is. I'll call him right now. Yeah, I've been at.
Yeah, at least a month. I haven't seen him.
You hear it?
Yep.
Yeah.
He works weird hours too.
One ringy dingy.
Yeah.
Please leave your message for 7.
La, 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 la. Hey, Fredericks, Tom. Hey, I've been texting you for a few weeks, and the people on YouTube, me too, wondering what happened to you. Let us know how you're doing. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with him. I think it's a little odd, but there have been times where he's been gone for, he works double shifts and that kind of thing. Yeah.
And he's
Shouldn't he be resting
77?
at his age, working double shift? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's like a supervisor, so I don't think it's not like manual, but still, 16 hours is 16 hours.
Yeah, you gotta get up and go there.
Tassie's been hitting people up for money lately.
Really?
Oh, you're kidding.
Too bad.
I know. I mean, what are you doing? Something like that,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't
Well,
believe.
take its course.
I don't know. She was doing so good, and now that's too bad.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know. I know what the reason is. Well, part of the reason, but it's not my
Boyfriend?
business. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Was
that
it-
crazy boyfriend she had.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. Always beating her up.
Oh, I know, and she stays with it. Well, there's nothing you can do about, yeah.
But there are other examples of the psychology that, if you introduced a guy to Tassie that treated her nice, she may not feel comfortable. The beaten housewife syndrome.
Yeah, I heard of that.
I mean, it's hard to believe it exists, but it does.
I think
You've heard in your lifetime you can't figure out why women went back with men.
I think
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah.
I think what it is sometimes there's compatibility issues too, where either the man tries to be more dominant and the woman tries to be dominant in the relationship and it doesn't work. There's just things that everybody's different and everybody's needs are different and things just don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be talking about marriage again.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think everybody has
Michelle, I just got to say this. I sent Tom this article, Michelle, because we were talking about people being married for a long time. Well, I found this article. This couple was married 70 years.
Wow.
The man was 99 years old, and they got a divorce after 70 years.
Look at Jimmy Carter. I think they were married 77.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Michelle, you know why they got divorced?
Why?
He found from years ago, he found love letters his wife had written to another man.
What? Oh, come on.
From 40 years ago, he found those and he divorced her.
Yeah, wow.
I don't blame him.
Can you believe that though?
Yeah.
After 70 years.
Yeah, I'd have done it after 700.
I sent Tom the article because we were we've talked a lot about people married and divorced, and I saw that and I went, oh my God, you stick it out for 70 years and then you want to divorce something that happened over 40 years ago.
Yeah, I'm like that.
That's like
Are
that's
you like
bringing
that,
up
Tom?
Yeah,
that's like bringing up an argument you had like 10
no, I'll
years
do that
ago.
too.
And just being like,
I'll do that too.
yeah, dude, Tom, you weren't even you let your wife go off and do whatever she wanted. Like, don't say that you'd get divorced over love letters. Like,
Oh hell, I wouldn't.
mhm. She was with somebody and you're married, so
Yeah, but that's not the years when it counted.
okay.
You know what I mean? She wasn't with anybody for a long time after I left. I didn't give a fuck one way or the other. When I decide to do something like that, like I said, this whole thing is, and I'm a perfect example, and I can give you a lot of other examples connected to hormone level. I use all my testosterone now for the year for swatting a fly.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
and
Mark,
because of that, I'm not there.
so let's
Don't
ask
have a problem with it.
so let's ask Mark. So Mark, you've been together. How long have you been together with your
Yeah, this is
significant other?
I want you to refer to him as Mr. Genius.
Okay. Well,
Mark
okay.
didn't get married.
No. So
Yeah.
with your partner, how long have you guys been together for?
Since 89.
So if you found out like in 90 or 91 that she was writing love letters to another guy, would you like kick her
Out
out?
the door, just like that. Forget
That's my man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, my boy. Yeah, who likes feeling con for 30 fucking years that you didn't know about?
Right.
I
What
don't.
if you'd have been banging some waitress for
Betrayal.
30 years? You don't have any problem with that, do you?
No, I mean, that's a
Yeah, me
different
either.
story,
Good man.
right?
Good man.
Oh, God.
Funny.
Oh,
That would bother
The
me.
things I say here.
That would bother me. It would. Stephanie, you act like, if you'd have stayed married, any part in your marriage, if you'd have found love letters, you'd have done the same damn thing.
well, if I was 99 years old, I don't think I would have. But
Neither would
yeah,
I,
if I was
Stephanie.
younger, you bet, Tom, they'd be out the door. You betcha.
Yeah, but I even think at 99, I mean, this is a whole different reason why you get rid of them. I'd get rid of them at 99. I think that I just wouldn't want to be walking around all day looking at this bitch. Fake ass liar. Every
Oh,
time you saw her, I'd be thinking of this shit. Before you know it, it's just not worth it anymore. I'd kick her ass out.
well, you would start to wonder, okay, she did that. What else did she
No,
do?
not for long. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
She wouldn't need to do anymore. I'd start reading these love letters, man. I'd track that motherfucker down too if he was still alive. That's how mad she is. He didn't do anything wrong. She did. But you
Yeah, it was her. Yeah. Yeah, it was her.
I used to be the most craziest, jealous, nut boyfriend in the world.
Really?
Oh
Well,
my God.
Really?
It's amazing I never got in trouble over it.
I think like it takes a lot of balls for another guy who if he knew that she was married, I don't know, or whatever.
Oh, the guys are fucking married girls all right this minute all over the world. Because when you're young and you don't know anything, you're thinking, well, if they'd have been treated right, they wouldn't be doing it. She must really like me. You're fucking stupid. That testosterone's coloring everything.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of women out there that don't care if the man's married or not.
No, hell no. You know what part of that?
Oh,
I learned this doing a murder investigation one time. You know a big part of that? When you're in your 40s and you've got a normal libido and you want love and intimacy and to be legitimately attracted to a man, that's all that's left is married.
yeah. No, that's true, Tom.
I'm not justifying it, but that's a main staple in affairs.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of it happens on the job. on the job
Yeah.
affairs and shit. I mean, I ran into so many people. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yep.
Well, the way I look at it is you're right, because I've gotten hit on probably the most at jobs that
Yes.
just
You know what a
doing.
crazy husband will say, and I used to bring this up once in a while too. Look, I've had two kinds of girlfriends. The kind that was both, let's say both were pretty. That's subjective, right?
Okay. Yeah.
One never had those fucking problems at work, and the other one had them all the fucking time.
Right.
So the $50,000 question is, was there something that you did to make them feel comfortable to broaching this fucking bullshit?
I don't think so.
Well,
Well,
of
I mean,
course you
unless if you were, because I never asked for any of that, and I had to
You don't
tell
need to
guys,
ask for it, but there's ways you can, you know.
you can still be okay with the opposite sex and not want
Yeah, I
to,
know it.
you
Which
know,
makes me
do
wonder
anything.
why you would have flunked every test on them thinking whether or not you were open for a new dick.
Hmm.
And when they, in their own little way of quizzing you different kind of ways, they felt comfortable enough. Where if you'd have given out a different vibe, and I'm not saying this happens, this is just for the sake of argument,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have wanted to offend you, and they'd have kept their fucking mouth shut.
Oh no,
Well,
I know.
I don't get it. It's not like I've gotten it all the time at work, but there's always somebody who's wanting to go that extra and then you got to tell them, like, look,
Hey, I
I'm
just banned Jabo by mistake. Could somebody unban her? I want to get rid of this puppet cocksucker. I want to get rid of this
Well,
puppet.
that's like, one time, I worked in the meat department, and they were all men. And the one guy I worked with, we always had a good time laughing and joking and, just, me laughing and stuff. And his wife shopped there all the time. And I guess she came in shopping one night, saw us together laughing and and the next day he told me that his wife was asking about me and why we were having so much fun at work together. So she got all pissed off about that, which was absolutely ridiculous, Tom, because
that was some shit
me.
That was some bullshit he's got going.
Yeah. Yep.
Jabo, I'll fix that when I go back on YouTube tomorrow. So I can't do it off the StreamYard.
So every time his wife would come in shopping, he would just get away from me. It was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
I gotta open up a YouTube window to do that, and you know what that does. So I'll fix it tomorrow before I do another StreamYard. I'll do it or I'll email Jabo tomorrow on a fake, chat on YouTube, and I'll make her a moderator. But I can't do it when I'm on the StreamYard.
I think the opposite. I've had friends of the opposite sex at work, and it never went to
Maybe I
that
can do it on my phone. Yeah.
of cross lines, never cross.
Yeah, but something. How many? You say you've been at places and guys were hitting on you. Did this happen once in 30 years or every fucking month?
No, it happens like not that often. Not that often. And I've been friends with men who were married and everything else, and it's just the conversations that we had were about ourselves and our lives. It wasn't about us being together, or we weren't like saying, "Oh yeah,
Me too. Yeah, me too, Michelle. Yeah.
it wasn't even like that. Not even a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
Like I knew what was,
I mean, I'm not saying that, they couldn't misinterpret stuff. I just don't know how many sane people go ahead and hit on a woman without feeling comfortable that it's okay to do.
Right. Well, I mean, it depends. Like I said, I've worked with a lot of men before. You have 1 out of 1,000 who are going to try to, even though they know that you're with somebody, but that's a rare. It's not the common thing.
It's not common. No.
With
Looking back on the guys that hit on you, do you think there's another vibe you could have given out?
No, no, because I'm pretty straightforward with what's going on in my life. So I mean, it's not like I ever said like, oh, you want to do this or that after work or so. It was never like that. It was never,
Yeah, I mean, I mean, yeah, anybody out there knows the deal. I mean, when it's being marketed and when even if they're not happily married, they're not giving out those vibes usually, unless they're just some fucking kook. Or you're at a damn Christmas party drunk, which gets all sorts of fucking people canned.
Oh yeah, the
I
Christmas
tell people
party.
all the time, man, you go to a holiday party, fucker, do not drink.
Oh man, yeah, those Christmas work parties. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's just like, basic respect. Like if the man has respect, they know that you're with
Yeah,
somebody.
that's sober.
They just don't do that.
yeah,
And they usually
yeah.
happen. And it
It's
usually,
sober, they don't.
so I mean, I don't know what happened with your relationships where they were just like guys were just throwing themselves at your girlfriend or whatever, but I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. I
that's
get like fucking psycho crazy. It's amazing I never fucking got jailed. This is how bad I was. I shouldn't even tell you this. I'd look up old boar friends before I even knew her and threaten them.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, I own it.
What?
It's fucking crazy. I know. It's
That
nuts.
is.
Tom's like she's mine now, so like everyone needs to back off, and I'll let them know.
Yeah, and I've been in like grocery stores and I get like instantly fucking psycho pissed. Not like just some shoving match. I'd be like, just imagining this motherfucker's brain spread. Oh, I walk right up. It's like, what are you looking at? It's like nothing. What's wrong with you? It's like, nothing's wrong with me. I saw what you were looking at.
Oh God.
Yeah, just fucking totally psycho.
Tom.
Yeah. I mean, really. I probably had in my life up until about 35, probably 50 incidents. And she
Really?
wasn't the
Wow.
type to like, I had a guy get shitty with her at a restaurant at one, bodybuilder motherfucker, right where I was living down in Florida, rude. Another time we were eating, she was a vegetarian. We were eating and she wanted some kind of fucking sauce on her shit, and of course she's a vegetarian. She didn't want clam sauce, even if there weren't any clams in it, right? Fucking clams floating around in there, that kind of shit. So she said, excuse me, I think that this is got, you get that sand like in linguine sometimes, that gritty shit, because clams are in them. And we're sitting right next to like where this guy's making this fucking food. And I hear the waitress say, hey, she said that she didn't want it. He said, well, tell that bitch to, order fucking. Man, I went right back there and got his fucking ass while he was cooking.
Well, that's different.
Fucking called the police on him. Yeah. Yeah, because she was just being nice, it was just like an innocent thing.
Right.
Yeah, totally. I'm glad those fucking days are over.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't had sex in the last 23 years.
Yeah.
I told you there was a connection, Stephanie.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a direct connection to hormones.
Yep.
I mean, when's the last time you saw a couple 75-year-olds duking out in the fucking they don't give a fuck.
Tom,
They're 10 times more upset for a bruise on a banana.
Tom, they just do it differently. They just do it differently. They just don't go crazy like that. They fight in different ways.
Yeah, but somewhere along the lines it goes like, if I ever caught you doing that, to like, you can have them. Fuck, take them. Here you go. Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that's something. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah,
that's true though. You never see old men fighting over a woman. No. You're right there.
But not like
that's because the fire out of their balls is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And say you want her, take her.
Yeah, look at racehorses. Same shit. They're kicking the thing. They're trying to bite the fucking jockey. They're biting the horse next to them. Those motherfuckers want to get down any way they can. Then they get old, they're fucking picking them up the fucking high-low to take a crap.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that's true.
Chemicals, it's hormones. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just comes with the territory,
Tom's like,
Yep.
I'm alpha male here, so I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, not anymore. No. I did a full, complete 180. I went from like the most jealous, insane, crazy son of a bitch to not giving a fuck, and I took first place. Stephanie knows how it is. Right, Steph? She's turning on her vibrator.
I'm sorry, Tom. I
it is.
have to turn it off. Go ahead.
You don't have that same, like, you're not going to be fighting over any guy.
Oh God, Tom.
I know.
Please.
Yeah, right. No matter what.
No.
I mean, it's not like I mean, the state of mind at this age, it's not like you think you haven't been lucky and haven't met Mr. Right. You don't want to meet him even if he's next door.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, you think different. Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, you do. You think a lot different. Yeah. I don't want to go through all that bullshit again.
Yeah,
And
a lot of it is bullshit.
Yeah, it is. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You still have the freaking bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, but Michelle, did I interrupt and Mark wasn't able to answer your question about you were going to ask him something about his part?
oh,
Or did
no.
you ask it? Did you ask
No,
it?
I asked it. No,
Oh, okay.
that was a while. No,
Was it about the letters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There wasn't anything else you were going to ask him.
Oh, I think I was going to ask Mark. I think I was going to ask him something else, but I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Tom, my father was like you were with my mother. He was, yeah. And he was like that when men looked at us, my sister and I, in the store and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember my dad saying, "What the hell are you looking at?" so many times. And
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah. Especially, if they were looking at us, because we're, young teenagers, And yeah, my dad, he was that way too. Mm-hmm. He didn't like anyone looking at his women, that's for sure.
Some people got no class and just check out, someone's daughter or check out someone's wife right in front of them.
Right.
Yeah, no class.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, I mean, I remember my father doing that a couple times with me when I was a teenager, but he would take me places and like he'd have to keep his friends in check with me when I was like a teenager.
He had to keep him in check.
Yeah.
Say something to him?
Yeah.
Man, I would not be friends with somebody like that.
I don't know how close of friends he really was, or if they were just more of acquaintances or what, but oh yeah, like he was quick to be like, don't look at her, don't touch her, type of.
Oh yeah, my dad too. Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right about that, Mark, though. It's like yeah, I mean, people just don't, they just you can't explain it to them. If you're an adult and you're doing stuff like that, it just speaks volumes. They're just
Mark's just a professional. Like he knows how to do it professionally to scare people off. He doesn't have to say anything, right, Mark? They just know. You don't have to like say anything about, your girlfriend not to look at her, right? They just know not to, right?
I suppose I think that it takes a certain amount of gall for someone to check out someone else's wife or daughters or sons or whatever right in front of the person. I think that's just,
do you think there's a place for jealousy in a relationship?
I think it's healthy to a certain degree. I think it's natural and healthy to a degree. But I mean,
why though? Why put
I
someone through a jealous episode?
I think it just shows that the person still cares about the other person, wants to be with them. I think it's just natural, but it depends on how, to what extent,
That's a good
like,
point, though, because I can tell you a bunch of women, probably the last 10 years, they say their husband, wish you'd show like you cared here and there.
Yeah,
right.
I think that comes with you grow up. When I was younger, oh yeah, I was jealous, but I kind of outgrew it myself. I think some people don't, though. I think, that's just,
I mean,
maybe like
okay.
you, Tom, that's just your personality and
Yeah,
that's
just
just
some
the way you
personality.
are.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't. Well, I'm not anymore, but there's no, I have no marbles in the bag.
Yeah, I know, me neither.
I'm always
Well,
one.
now it's nice now because we don't give a shit. And I love that
No,
feeling,
but
Tom, of not
but
giving a shit.
you're right. But the not give a shit keeps us from doing stuff.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, not with me, just with meeting a man. I
Yeah,
don't give a shit and I don't want to. So, but not in other aspects of my life. No. Things that I want to do, I do, but other things I don't give a shit.
yeah. I mean, once you get a certain age, I mean, you can't. I mean, let's get real now. You can't give it away.
No, I could never. I would have to pay someone probably.
Yeah, me too. I can tell you how.
Oh, stop it, you guys. I know plenty of people in their 60s who've gotten together and build relationships even in their 60s.
You don't know
Oh,
plenty.
I know
I know,
plenty.
Michelle.
How many? Don't lie.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, let's see. I know 3 personally. 3 like personal, like 3 personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they started with, I mean, it is kind of
No
odd,
problem, but it's not. It's still a skewed business model. They're lonely. They want someone to go to bingo
you're
with
right. I
them.
mean, it's definitely not the same. Like, I'll give you this much. I'll give you this much. It's definitely their relationships later in life are definitely a lot different than when they were married before and had kids with the people. You know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah.
is different, but like, yeah, no, they've done it and they're still doing it and they seem happy with it. But like everybody's different. So like maybe your happiness is
Right.
being with somebody and that's fine, and they wanted somebody. They missed having a person. Like, and that's fine too.
Right.
Mary called you a bacteria.
What?
Mary called you a bacteria accidentally.
Bacteria?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that.
I didn't see it. I didn't see where you said that. I think it was autocorrect or something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rainbow's, Jeff says jealousy has something to do with the trust and insecurity, right? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I suppose there's varieties of jealousy. I mean, is there good jealousy and bad jealousy? I mean, do you think the jealousy? I think you can be jealous and not have a thing to and not have it have a thing to do with trust.
Right.
I don't think I think it can be the same too. It's different examples.
Well, yeah, they've always said that, yeah, if you're jealous, it's because of your own insecurities. Um, I've
I
heard
mean,
that,
I think
but
it's good if
There's simple life. Look,
I think it's good if a man like defends his woman's honor by like, not thinking that she's just some like random whore out there and to stop treating her like that. But like if the man's like so controlling where like you can't even go to the store, you can't even do things
yeah, I think
because
I was controlling too.
that could cause issues.
Yeah, it's probably insecure. I don't know why. Now I shove him out the fucking car going 60 miles down the road like it's nothing. I've went a full 180.
yeah.
When did you change, Tom?
God, a long time ago. I had I can remember I didn't get married till I was 30. Then I had girlfriends and stuff like that. I never really planned on getting married or anything like that. And then I remember thinking, after I was married about 5 years, I don't think I could have done any better, really. I mean, I don't have anything negative to say about my wife. And
Right.
I remember thinking to myself, I don't think this is for me. And I can remember already thinking, I don't even think I'd be getting into this date and shit. I'd probably just watch porn or get an escort or, fuck buddies, girls I knew that worked at liquor stores that needed new tires, shit like that. I did that for 25 years. I wasn't interested in, maybe 10% of the people I did that with would say, I think you're a good guy. You want to try. And it's like, you know what? I don't. And I've just steadily gotten worse. I don't give a fuck about it. I'd be a terrible boyfriend. I mean, I think I'm a good guy. I think I'm a good guy, with friends with people or neighbors do things or underdogs, but that's where it stops. I'd still think I'd probably the holidays would come around. It's like, oh God, I'm already on fucking eggshells. And I'd be getting in arguments because she wanted me to go to some Christmas party and I'd want to stay home and watch porn or something. Just crazy shit.
Oh, I know. I'd be a terrible
nuts, man. I wouldn't put anybody through this.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's good that you know this about yourself, so you can save
fucking
yourself
crazy.
trouble with
Right.
Yeah, just here's the other side of the coin too, is I don't think that I'm not wanting to get this fixed. To me, I don't see there's a problem. I mean, I've been talked to psychiatrists, and it's they're getting to know you, and you're figuring out all the shit, mapping things out. It's like, well, do you want to work on a relationship? It's like, I don't. I want to work on problems.
Yeah,
And that's not a problem.
I think
Right.
I mean, I know for sure they're gonna find me face down. I'm preparing for it. Face down in a fucking sand pit down here.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. I'm prepared too. I'm sure my family will find me probably in my house. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I mean, it's not like the happiness and things you had to look forward to when you were young and coming up and maybe a little naive.
Right.
And that's just how I turned out. I mean, I could have been a worse. I'm not blaming anything. It's just it's why does anybody turn out the way they do? I mean, there are genetic components, there are how you were raised, there were life experiences, that kind of thing.
I think for you, you did the whole marriage thing. You had girls, so it's not like you didn't try to have relationships, but you just found yourself not happy, and that's okay. You found yourself happier not with in a relationship.
I don't even know that I'd say that it's really happier.
Okay.
It was about the same.
Okay.
I think about this sometimes. You can't always come to grips with, what's what. You think you know yourself, and honestly, I think I don't know this for sure. It doesn't seem like it. If you asked me it, I'd say no. But when you look at the evidence, it tells a different story. It's like anything, right? Plane crashes, lawsuits, crimes. I think if I hadn't got this opportunity, I probably wouldn't have got divorced. Even though I didn't talk to her 2 times a year, I just wouldn't have got it together enough to fucked around with this stupid ass divorce and this kind of shit. And I think it could be as simple as just somebody to check in with a little bit here and there. And
right.
I got a replacement for that. And had I not had that, which was a pretty low chance of having it, my 3 minutes of a relationship with somebody a month were gone, and I probably wouldn't have ever done it. all things considered, her living with the other guy, me not going down there, her not coming up there, not wanting to get together, not wanting to get divorced, I'd have just probably dropped dead. And, longevity's on her side of the family. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, like, I know a lot of people who did the marriage thing, didn't work out, and didn't date like afterwards too, and they're happy, they live their lives, and they always tell me that they're happy just with,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And like I think about it sometimes, but I had like one girlfriend like in 98 for about 3 months, and I couldn't wait to get rid of her. So when you look at the time that's went by, it's the same reason Mark does it. Any day he's going to start out doing 100 setups in the morning before he starts his day. And before you know it, a quarter of a century got behind you and you haven't started. And that's kind of how I've been with, there's a big world out there besides boy and girl living in the same household.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Like I said, there's a lot of people are just better, better off without, having to deal with somebody
I don't even
else's.
know that I'm better off.
What do you think? What do you think your ideal? What would be, for you? What would be your ideal relationship? Would it be just like dating somebody and not living together, maybe?
No, my ideal relationship, I'd like to have two big-breasted, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, twin Scandinavian girls live here that blow me about 2 or 3 times a week on video. And every other weekend have Jabo come down and we could talk about poetry and literature and Judaism and,
You sound like that guy. Winning.
Yeah, that'd be my ideal relationship.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it really would. I think you'd have a hard time like wiping the smile off my face.
I mean, that doesn't really sound really realistic, but I mean,
No, it's not realistic. Unfortunately, it's not. It's crazy. Of course, it's not realistic.
No, that's your idea that you got from the porn, Tom.
Yeah.
That's the porn
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, no, it is. I at least Tom can give an ideal relationship. I can't sit here and even think of what an ideal relationship with a man for me would be because I have no interest anymore. So I can't even say what mine would be.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more fun going to bingo with my sister.
yeah, like, well, because like I said, like my grandparents, they were married their whole lives, together. They were married together their whole lives. But this is how I grew up. Halfway through
Right.
their married life, my grandmother lived next door to him for like 40 years. So I mean, and it worked apparently, because apparently it wasn't obviously working out the best, them living together. But then when they lived, they were still married, and she was just more independent and whatnot. And I guess it just worked better for them. They were both happy. They went to like holidays together to celebrate with the family, but like they, on a day-to-day basis, it just worked out better that they didn't live together. So,
Right.
and that was very unconventional. You figure back in like the 50s and 60s. I mean, how many people did that?
Right.
You don't have any regrets, do you, Stephanie?
Oh no, Tom, because see, when I divorced my husband, I was 30 years old. See, I met him so young, I never really dated any other men, Tom. So when I got divorced from him, my 30s and 40s were, the best times of my life.
Yeah.
I dated all kinds of men because I never experienced that when I was younger. I was with one guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I have no regrets at all. My 30s and 40s, even my early 50s, were great. And then after that, it was just downhill.
Yeah. No, I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
Yeah. So no, I don't have any regrets. No. Uh-uh.
And here's the
And
thing, too. I mean, we're talking about this, and there are plenty of people that are married, that are dating, that are miserable as hell. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not the panacea of for sure happiness.
Right. But like
Right.
I just found that some people like were just like I've known bachelor guys who stayed, from their 20s who are now, 40s and 50s and they're still they just live the bachelor life and that's what works for them. And I even asked them, I'm like, well, you know, why didn't you ever, go the married route or try it at least? And they said, no, because I'm perfectly content with what I have going on now and what they did. I mean, they dated girls and everything, but nothing like marriage or
Do
any
you,
of
do you,
that.
do you think dating makes sense when it isn't going to lead to an intimate relationship?
For me personally, like I don't just like randomly dating if it's not going to lead to something more. But I know a lot of people who they don't care as much. They're just kind of like, it is what it is. But like if I feel like during the dating process, if something doesn't seem like it's going to be like a future, I'm not going to like keep on. But usually that doesn't come out for a while because you know
Right.
how it
Got that
when
right.
you know how it is when you first you usually getting that out of a person takes a lot like a little longer.
Well,
Mark,
yeah, because they never act the way they really are until later on.
Or
So
when you're too
then you
invested.
discover what they're like, and then you go, oh wait, I don't want to go out with him anymore. So um, yeah.
Mark, did you ever have rough spots?
That's like that. I'm back.
Mark,
Yeah.
did you ever have rough spots, or has it always been smooth sailing?
Oh yeah, there's been some rough times here and there. I mean, it's, but for the most part, pretty smooth. You gotta just ride the rough spots through, and wait for better times,
Do you
and do the right thing and be together. I think communication is the biggest thing.
You're right. You're absolutely
Talking
Nah,
right.
it's
to
not
people.
that simple, though.
Mm,
No,
You
but
mean
if
like
you
get the fuck
try,
out of
it's
here,
better
or I'll
than
leave you?
what's that?
Like comments like "get the fuck out of here" or "I'll divorce you."
You
That's
try not to
communication.
say stuff like that. Yeah, I
No, but
mean,
I think it's
aw.
like this is more of a philosophy that doesn't. The road to hell's paved with good intentions. It sounds good, like here in a chat, but it's a lot more complex than just great communication. I mean, people are arguing, fighting, and if it was just that easy, then everybody be like rationally discussing everything, and there wouldn't be these issues and
I think
restraining
if the two,
orders and every other fucking thing.
I think if the two parties are adults in the first place and are mature, I think it's a whole different ball game as opposed to if you got two immature people that shouldn't be together in the first place
You're absolutely right. That's how
together.
my first relationship with my son's father. We were both young, immature, like it was not good.
Yeah,
But there's young people that do fine.
Oh, I know.
yeah.
But but for me personally, it was stupid. Like I should have known better. Like it was just wasn't right. And I'll admit to it, I was extremely immature. See, I think there's also levels. I think Mark's right on this as far as like levels of maturity and like wanting to stick things out and riding through the rough times in a relationship because you're going to have them. I mean, nothing's always rainbow sunshines and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's not one right way. You got one book on relationships and 100 people buying it.
Oh, I know.
But it's
I
a
mean-
huge, giant, topic. I mean, just go in the self-help section or
Well, the
TV
thing,
shows.
well, the thing is if you know how to de-escalate problems and you're willing, if you are willing, this is the key. If you are willing to still work on the relationship, if you still care about the person, if you are willing, if you care about your relationship, your future with this person, then you will try. But if you don't, then you're not going to try, you're not going to care, and it's going to be like, see ya. But like if you meet somebody and you've been with them for a while and you develop these feelings, everything else, and you actually sit back and you're like, well, maybe like this phase of the relationship, will take its course or whatever. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people have to get divorced, and for the better of everything, and sometimes it works out.
I mean, Mark, do you think you could still be benefiting from a young Catholic brainwashing?
Say that again.
Do you think you
Benefiting?
still may be benefiting from a young Catholic brainwashing?
No, no. Nothing. I don't think that did anything for me at all. If anything, it poisoned my mind a little bit. I think that just striving to be a good person and do the right thing all the time is what helped me. It was what worked for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But it's biased. It's the right thing based on your perception of things at the time.
Well, that's the only thing I have to go by.
No, I know it is, right. But you say that there have been rough spots. Looking back on them,
Yeah.
were you any more guilty of creating them than you were solving them?
Now let me think for a second here.
Well, if you're not solving a
Some-
problem, you're if you're not solving, if you don't want to solve it, then you're the problem.
not necessarily. You can be just
But you're
bystander.
the way you tell the story, Michelle, is that if you took your philosophy, then nobody should ever break up or get divorced because all you got to do is work on it.
No. What I said earlier, I said sometimes it is for the benefit of both people to get a divorce, to benefit both parties. There definitely hands down instances where yes, you freaking go and get that divorce. But that's due to the fact where one of the parties does not care about the other person or want to try anymore. And once that is cut out of the equation, you don't have a relationship anyway.
I wouldn't say not care. Have you
You
ever
don't
heard of
care.
getting sick of people?
Yeah, but the thing is if you care about like if you really if you have a foundation and you really care about the person still and everything else, like it's one of those things you got to work on a relationship. So if you still have those feelings for the person, then you're going to want to work on the relationship and do things that aren't necessarily easy or that don't you want to do to be with the other person. But if it came to the point where it was just like, you know what, I my feelings for you sailed. Um, this is unhealthy now, where it's actually like very unhealthy for both people to be together, and it just turned nasty, and that's okay. And then you guys divorce and go live your lives. I don't think two people should stick it out if it's that toxic.
So you don't think it should be an endurance test?
No, something is that if it is that bad, like no one should that's just wrong. That's now we're just talking like cruel like unhappiness for no reason. Like no one should have to like endure like craziness. And I've seen it. I've seen people get divorced and they please get a divorce for everybody, for your friends, for the community, for your own sanity. Like that was the good thing to
For
do for them.
mankind.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Mark. But
I've
I
known
think
people like that.
yeah, like some people, you can. And I think what a lot of that has to do with is wanting to work on it. And if one party doesn't want to do that, then it doesn't matter. Like you should still get divorced.
Well, you got to look at arranged marriages too. They work,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's based on your philosophy.
I mean, we've all heard about arranged marriages sometimes working.
Most of the time.
I have to tell you, so I do know I do know people who've had arranged marriages, but I was never that close with them to really know, and I didn't know them for that long of a period of time. So I don't know. Like I can't speak from experience of meeting people who had arranged marriages and what happened with that. But that's not uncommon. Arranged marriages, it's not as uncommon as people think. I mean, it's not the common, it's not the common thing that you hear about every day, but it's not as uncommon as people think either.
I think too, there's people that you probably know that you're using as an example of sticking together that are just in too deep to change.
That maybe, I'm not going to deny that at all, but I don't know, like it's usually one or the other party has to really work. You got to work together here, and if like it gets that bad, then divorces, please. Like it's for everybody. Like it's okay. Like you don't have to suffer for years and put yourself through that, especially if it's really bad.
Yeah. What do you think of fuck buddies?
Mm.
It
I know
works.
it happens a lot.
What's that, Mark?
It can work. It's an arrangement that two parties have an understanding, and I don't want to use the word rules, but they stick to guidelines, and it works. I've seen it work.
Yeah, I have too. Stephanie, you for that, or is that just is that a little outside your comfort zone?
Well, I'm
I want
trying to think that.
I want to know this before you come down.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't ever remember having one of those. I'm trying to think if there was somebody that I don't know. I mean, I don't think I really had one guy that we just had sex once in a while. Wait a minute.
You sound disappointed.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I always, I'd go out with the guy and then we'd go out, and then if it worked, and then, we quit going out. But there wasn't any, no, I didn't have one of those, Tom. No.
Would you admit that a big part of the pie is that sexual attraction, and when that is taken away, that kind of this whole theory and debate goes down the shitter?
Oh, well, definitely. Tom, when I was 35, I met a guy that played in a band at the bar who was 25. And I was 10 years older than him, and we dated for 2 years. I mean, that was the best sex ever, Tom. I was 35. Yeah, I was 35 and he was 25. Yes, but then after a couple years, I was living with a friend, and then, he never had another job, just playing in his band. And then he had nowhere to live. I let him move in with me and my roommate. And then it just kind of went downhill from there, because the age difference did make a difference, because he just wanted to party, and and play in his band, and I was on to other things. You know what I mean? So, but
Do you miss
no,
him?
huh?
Do you miss him?
Oh God, no, not anymore. No, no. But back then, no, that was fun. The clincher was he wanted. Listen to this, Tom. You're not going to believe this. He wanted me to take acid with him. LSD, Tom.
Oh wow.
And I
What's
went,
wrong with LSD?
"No." Oh, Mark, I would never take anything that would make me see things that aren't there. So after that, then I went, nah, even though we have good sex, no, I don't want him around anymore. So I got rid of him. But
You
yeah.
don't ever want to see things that aren't there?
No, Tom, I don't.
Okay. All right. That's okay.
No. I had a friend once who had I think because of my friend, she took acid in high school, and it literally drove her parents put her in a mental hospital after that. And so I had this thing in my head that, oh my God, yeah, she went a little crazy after taking that LSD. Uh, so
Did you
I
know
never
this
had any
girl?
desire to. What?
Did you know this girl that went crazy
Yeah.
from?
Yeah, I knew her. I went to high school with her, and yeah, it was
One
yeah, it
time,
was
eh?
pretty bad.
Yeah,
So
that's horrible.
yeah. So
I've
no,
heard
I
of
never
that
did.
happen.
I
People
never
having
did.
life-changing experiences.
Yeah. She had a bad trip, they call it, I guess. Yeah. Well, that's what they used to call it. I don't know what they do now. I don't know.
Death. No, it's death. If you have a
Yeah.
bad trip.
I
Yep.
had an old Jewish lady tell me when I was young that love is a decision you make.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that you can make yourself fall in love with somebody. I believe that.
Seems like sort of fitting from a Jewish lady.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But that's why I believed it more than if a Catholic had told me. There was some substance behind it. It was academic instead of just talking out her ass.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, you got to be willing to like try. Like, it's once one party is like not willing to like give a shit and work on the relationship, it's over. It's not like, you shouldn't torture yourself being with somebody if both parties, don't want to work at it, then there's no point anymore.
No,
Then it's just destructive
Do you
and
think there's
miserable for
anything
both
wrong
people.
with trading a new set of tires for blowjobs?
Well, that's like, I mean,
that's a
that's
contract.
prostitution, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Anything a trade of value.
Right.
I wouldn't think of it necessarily that way.
No,
though.
it
You're
is though. By definition.
By definition, it is,
Yeah.
eh?
Anything a trade for sex of
Right.
value.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I said, well, all right, then how about we just do this and I'll just give you a set of tires. I'm a problem solver.
Yeah, you're a problem
You're such
solver.
an ass.
How'd you like that, Mark?
It works perfect.
Yeah.
Just make sure you wipe the semen off those tires.
You think that should be illegal? Well, it is illegal most places. I just can't figure out how you can go up and down and get laid out of bars or wherever all day long, and that's okay. And trading something of value. I mean, what the fuck?
But I mean, some of that. So I've also known people who've gotten married because the other person had like money and had like could afford a stable life for the person, So I mean, it is what it is. People do kind of just do that all the time, except they just stay together.
You
You
must be
know?
talking about Melania Trump.
Oh yeah, I
maybe.
don't think prostitution should be legal. I've always thought that. For adult women, yeah, if they want to do that, fine. They just need, it's the ones that, like the girls you've interviewed, Tom, that are hooked on drugs, and you get into all that. But I mean, legit prostitution, big deal.
I've
It would
known
solve so many
I've
problems if they did
Yeah.
regulate
known
it and
I,
legalize it.
I've known women who've had relationships with men, and basically, they weren't really long term. They had sex with the men, and the men would buy them stuff and
Oh
everything
yeah,
else. And
yeah.
but that's all it was. It wasn't like this, I want to marry you or be with you or whatever else. It
Good
was
night,
just
Carmen.
Right.
like
Yeah.
basically almost the same thing, except it
You
happened
knew
more.
of circumstances like this, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Was other people?
With what?
Other people did it. People you
Yeah.
knew. Okay. All right, just checking.
Yeah, no, I think, if men or women, want to be prostitutes, and, they want to do that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I never have. I've never looked down on women that do that. I feel bad for the ones that have to do it, to get their drug money and, stuff like that. But, no. Look at all
Yeah.
the escorts they have now. If you're a beautiful woman and you want to make money and you want to be an escort, go ahead. There's plenty of men that don't want a relationship, and they just want to have sex. There's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, they're
Or a
wrecking a
woman
lot of this.
even.
Though. They're wrecking a
What?
lot of this with this. They're wrecking a lot of this with this sex trafficking bullshit.
Well, see, that's a problem. See, they would have to really, I don't know. I'm not, smart when it comes to laws and all that bullshit, but they would have to put some legal things into it, make it legal. You know,
Well, I know like in the Bible and stuff, it talks about parents doing that, like selling off their kids for sex with other men.
oh
That
yeah,
that
well,
happened.
see,
There's
yeah,
stories.
yeah, I know you're getting into some sick crap there,
No, it was in the Bible. It wasn't even like, look, it
Well,
wasn't even frowned upon.
yeah, well,
Like it was
it should
okay
be.
back.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. It's to each his own, right?
Hmm.
right. Yeah. Well, Nevada, you can go to Nevada and they have legal brothels
Yeah,
there.
but not very many of them.
No, there's only a few. I've watched some YouTube, of course, YouTube videos, Tom. On there's only a few brothels in.
I've been out there before. I took
Uh-huh.
my nephew and a guy that I know that got his first good job with an airlines.
Uh-huh.
And by then I was a seasoned pro, and they brought out like 50 women. None of the 50 that they brought out could have made it at a legitimate escort place that I knew of. I mean, they
Right.
were okay, but it was more like young guys not knowing, anything compared to like, this is worth paying for.
Yeah. Well, see, people go to Las Vegas and they think prostitution is legal, but it's not.
People
It's
get arrested
only,
there all the time.
yeah, it's only legal if you go to one of the brothels.
Yeah.
But people go there and think that it's legal, and then they
Yeah.
get arrested and all that crap.
They're actually strict about shit in Las Vegas. I'm not saying
Oh, they
a lot
are.
of it doesn't go on. I mean, even the strip joints are a 6-foot rule.
Oh, yeah. See, my grandma lived in Las Vegas for 20 years. We used to go every summer to see her. And yeah, she told me all kinds of stories of stuff going on. She worked at the old El Cortez Hotel. I don't even know if it's there anymore.
Who
Yeah.
is that?
What?
Who is that down there? Who just joined us?
That's
Oh,
Melissa.
Yes.
oh, hi,
Oh.
Melissa.
Hi, y'all.
Hi.
Melissa's an escort out around the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
No, the fuck I am not.
Yeah.
There's a label you don't want.
Yeah.
It's hard to, if you ever want to be in a relationship, even if you are an escort, like a high-end escort or whatever, it makes it hard to find somebody.
Yeah.
When?
There's a lot of men that aren't into that.
Yeah, but they keep their mouth shut.
Well, though, not all do.
No, but if they got a half a fucking brain, they will. I mean, it's no different than the women on this panel right now and some of the shit you guys have done that no one's ever going to know about.
Well, I've never
Just
been
the
an
way it
escort. I
is.
can promise you that.
What?
I said I've never been an escort. I can promise you that.
Okay. Is the issue? Yeah, why wouldn't? Do you think that's like a real moral issue? I mean, what? As long as we're talking about
No,
it,
it's
is there a
for
reason why you
me,
wouldn't be one? Even how if you made 3 times as much money?
absolutely, because men can be very frightening and they can hurt you. That's like one of the highest occupations, if you want to call it that, where
Yeah.
people end up killed
No,
or murder or not
No, it
killed
isn't.
or
How about the 2 million of them that got laid and got paid a lot for it? Let's talk about those.
who?
The one that's charged for sex and got paid a lot for it. You're given the
What-
worst possible extreme forensic
Yeah, but
file
that's
example.
I mean, but it's common though. It's more
Nah,
common than it should
There's
be.
way more doing fine. Both people walked away with a smile on their face. Nobody got murdered.
Well, I'm not saying every dude's gonna come out and, like
No,
murder
but
you
there,
or,
I mean, this
or
is
violently
this
assault
happens
you.
here and there, but it isn't like, I don't think being an escort's a risky profession. Actually, statistically, working in a 24-hour beer and party store is the highest.
Well, I think the most dangerous is if you were standing on the corner and got in cars with men.
And even
Okay.
that's not as bad as you'd think.
Well,
Even
we
the
had the
ones that-
Green River Killer here, Tom,
No,
so I don't know.
I know, but
Yeah.
what about the 2 million people that got in and out of cars that are still alive and doing
Oh,
fine?
I know.
Again, it's the worst example you could come up with.
Well, yeah,
Even
but
the ones
tells
that
you.
hang out on what is it called, Figueroa Street in California or whatever, a lot of them have sad endings.
They do have sad endings, but that's still different than an escort.
Well, yeah, technically that's more street prostitute, but it's still they're selling the same thing, just some less than others.
I've read studies that said that a lot of those guys are, and I've talked to girls I've interviewed. A lot of guys just want to hold hands and shit.
I've heard that too.
Some get paid to go to check into the hotel and hold hands and cuddle and watch TV.
Yep, I've heard that too. There's some they literally have money. They literally pay them.
Yeah, they're lonely.
Stupid amounts of money just to hang out and go to dinner or whatever, and just hang out because they don't have anybody else to talk to.
Yeah, they just kind of like geisha girls. Most of the time, that's not sex.
It's basically you're kind of being a therapist without being an actual therapist.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. They make you feel like $1 million.
More power to them.
That's what I say. I mean, it's a real skill. I
agree.
mean, the people that are good at it. I knew a couple girls in Chicago that were like that. They both married professional athletes. Neither one of them were that great looking, but they were like very charming.
Makes sense. There's a lot of athletes and celebrities that have married ex.
Yeah,
escorts.
exactly right. If you notice, right, they'll get divorced from a pro hockey player. 2 years later, is getting married to a pro baseball player. That's Deion Sanders. That girl he's living with, she lived with Babyface for 5 years.
Yep, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but they're real charming women that make you feel like $1 million. Yep.
I wish I was that charming and could pull that off.
It's like it's no different than being a great writer or artist or whatever. I think you either have it or you don't. It's like it's weird. I've been around one when I was living in Chicago. We go out to dinner every once in a while. And even like when they're not like don't have an agenda, they're like that. It's just like this odd, like savant gift. You know, like it makes you feel like you're the smartest, coolest guy they could meet in their life, and you really believe it. It's not like somebody like, you know, conning you for something.
I'm not that charming. I'll just sit and listen. So I guess
they're
that
just
helps.
good actresses on.
It's more than acting, though. It's like I don't know how to explain it. You know, that they're really like gift of gab. You know.
Yeah,
You know,
it takes a special person.
Yeah, special person, but they're around, and you're right. It's like they go from one celebrity to another, and it isn't because celebrities didn't have, you know, a good shot at meeting other people. They just didn't meet people that were that charming. They just can't wait to be with them. Forgive all their baggage and history and whatever, you know.
It helps.
Yeah,
social
Ray Caruth,
media.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, it helps. Social media is popular these days because a lot of women that have accounts will DM celebrities and stuff like that, and some of them actually get flown out to see them. So some of them are charming enough to
Look
get
at
out
this
there.
catfish and stuff too.
Yep. I watch that stupid social catfish channel on occasion, and I'm always amazed by what people believe and how much money they send people.
I think Ray Caruth's out now, isn't he, Pug? That guy that killed his girlfriend that was pregnant. Ray Caruth, the football player. Yeah, this catfish and stuff, I don't really get that.
Oh, that is the craziest stuff. I've watched that too, Melissa. I can't believe these these men all this money and they've never met him. The hell?
Yeah. That's even been on some of the more popular crime shows.
Yeah, you've got some people that have sent 6 figures to people.
I know.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
There you go, Michelle. Catfishing. 6 figures, you don't even need to leave the house.
I joke with my boyfriend about that sometimes. I'm like, man, some of these people are dumb. we're doing the wrong thing. But
I don't, you know, all I can figure out is these poor women are just so lonely that any kind of attention, they grasp it. I don't know. I have no other explanation.
There's some men too. It's not just
Men
women.
too.
Just
oh yeah.
nuts.
Oh yeah, men too. You bet.
Yeah, it's weird. That one pro basketball player had that happen to him. Some underage girl from somewhere. You know, he certainly wouldn't have had a problem. They say that, you know, the NBA, the NFL, all these pro teams now, you go through like this 2-week course on warning you about this shit when you come into the league.
Do they
Really?
require college degrees now to be in the league? Because I remember there was some weirdness
College
about
degrees?
going on. They didn't used to. I know that, but
you don't need a college degree to be in the league.
Oh, maybe it's just college.
You need to play 1 year in college.
Oh, okay. I knew they were trying to change that. I think.
I can't
don't
believe the
recall.
money, and I'm all for it too. It's better than the university getting it. I can't believe the money some of these college kids are getting paid by this nil to endorse their products.
Yeah.
That Deion Sanders kid's getting $5 million a year. And a couple of those Miami basketball girls are getting $1 million each. They're all over the place getting 800,000.
In the
No,
case
they
of Deion Sanders' kids, it pays to be born to an actual athlete.
Yeah, I
But
just
it
read an
also,
article today on the internet, though, about some of the guys that were there that he got rid of when he came in. And he sounds like a real dick. Of course, he got rid of them. What do you expect him to say?
I've heard he's kind of an asshole, and I don't
Yeah,
even
there's
keep up
another
with
guy from Sports
sports.
Illustrated. If you Google it, you'll find it. Just type in Deion Sanders critics. About he accuses him of running all sorts of scams when he was in Dallas. But doesn't he seem like the perfect guy, though, to get over on a bunch of college kids and boost up ticket sales at any cost? It's gotten like that, man. It's dirty now, this college football game. These guys are making as much as pro coaches.
I was never into it. I'm still not into sports. But
Yeah.
I only know a little bit of the news that I've read because I do keep up with some celebrity stuff, and Deion Sanders is a huge fucking name. So
Yeah. But I mean, he's doing exactly what they hired him for. Fill seats.
So are the college players, are they getting the huge salaries also?
Not like the pros, but they're doing pretty good. I mean, anywhere from
But-
800 grand to 5 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, wasn't there something they were trying to push through to make sure that college football players actually made their money like when they're playing college football, and I'm not talking about sponsorships or anything like that. I vaguely remember reading something like that because they weren't paid all that much, but yet they're broadcasted all the time on TV.
Well, that's what
And
this nil thing did.
oh, okay.
Yeah. They're compensated like for their, apparel and stuff. And now like a lot of them are like doing like, shampoo commercials and that kind of thing. And that was a big no-no before. You couldn't accept any form of compensation if you were an
Yeah.
active NCAA scholarship player.
Yeah, that's right. Now
Yeah, the
I'm remembering.
universities kept it. The universities kept it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I'm happy for them. Yeah, it's a different world out there. Sports are crazy. It costs you, I know, to go like to Detroit Lions game, an NFL game for 2 tickets, about $700 now.
Jeez.
I know.
I need to
think
look up.
hockey games in the States are expensive too. I don't know what it's like over in Canada.
Not that expensive. I think it's, I haven't gone for a bit, but I think it's $250 a ticket. Average price now.
$250?
$250.
$250?
Yeah, I think.
Fuck. Oh, there's no
For
way.
good seats,
Really?
box seats, or
Hey, Mark, when you were growing up as a kid, you had to just, what'd you think of the United States? Like these people are crazy. Were you jealous?
no, I had visited it right from first time I went down was I was probably 8 or 9, so I was exposed to it right away, and I didn't find it any very much different than the land I come from. It's
But
not.
when you look at the developed cities and stuff, like Windsor and Detroit as an example, or the
Right.
Canadian provinces with Montana and Wyoming and North Dakota and those kind of things.
Okay.
You didn't like, you guys, it's different. Big militaries, crazy
Yeah.
salaries paid to athletes.
Yeah.
That wasn't something like you coveted, you wanted yourself.
Not really. I think it was awe-inspiring to see a land like that. I mean, as far as the NASA and the huge budget for the space
Yeah.
race,
Yeah.
and the military budgets, and the record industry, how that exploded, and all the money that was made in that short period of time that was big. So yeah, I mean, you can sit back and you can admire it, how the country was run and how things developed over that period of time, I guess.
I mean, did you give a shit that Canada probably wasn't going to the moon?
No, because we knew that it wasn't. It was a whole different set of circumstances that could make a huge budget like that to send people up, and the science behind it and all that. But I think that we contributed in a way, in our way. I mean, it started with on the space on the Skylab, I think it was. We
Yeah.
built the Canada arm, was our contribution. The crane arm that was at the side of it,
Yeah.
or was that on the on Columbia?
I don't remember.
One of the two. And I mean, we have an astronaut going to the moon with you guys. There's a Canadian going up for that first trip back to the moon, whatever that is. That's coming up soon. So, I mean, we've been included to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of our science goes in with your science. I mean, there's a lot of smart, talented people that come from Canada that work for NASA and have contributed over the ages to the space race.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I always loved Canada. I was hoping I'd end up living there someday, some way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd move down to the States. I wouldn't move to the States. I know I would. I think it's crazy down there with the gun laws.
Yeah.
And is like I wouldn't go visit a place like Detroit. I mean Chicago. I'd be too worried about being downtown and getting caught up in crossfire.
Oh yeah, you're not kidding. Getting just like Tijuana.
Right?
Yeah, big time.
And the abortion laws now, I don't know what the hell happened there. You guys had a grip on this whole situation for the longest time, and then something happened and the political winds changed, and next thing you know, abortion is outlawed.
Yeah. Can you do abortions in Canada?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. We're civilized up here.
Yeah, but big Catholics.
Yeah, still, it's a lot of Americans are coming up and doing it, having it done up here. I don't know exactly.
Why wouldn't they just go to another state that's legal?
Or that, depending on where you're situated.
True.
Yeah.
Because isn't Michigan the abortion state?
Not anymore.
Minnesota, I think, might be more of the abortion state. I think Texas is definitely not.
No, definitely not. That's heavy
Yeah,
Bible.
no way.
Well, right? You were saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I think I'm going to sign off, you guys. I'm going to make something to eat. I'm going to try and get up early tomorrow. Mark, you going to have a chat?
No, I'm in the studio tomorrow, and I got to drive an hour and a half to get there. So
okay.
I'm going to probably just call it a night too.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was fun, Tom. Thank
Hope you have a
you.
good day tomorrow.
Good night, guys.
You
Hey.
too.
Good night, guys.
Bye, Michelle.
You too.
Good night, everyone. Good night to the
Have a good
chat.
night, you guys. Yeah, I got to make something to eat and try to get to bed at a decent hour. See you, my enemy, Dave. Hope you have a safe trip there. Bye, Simple Life. Mark, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, pal. Take care.
Probably be on later tomorrow. Try and make it if you can. All right, take it easy, Mark.
Okay.